Hey everybody, this is Scott from Lawrence Hypnotherapy, and welcome to this video, what to say on the phone and where to find new clients to attract up to 20 clients per week. So I'm really excited about this one because there's a bit of an issue that people seem to have sometimes, and I want to tell you a story about me, a little bit embarrassing about like how I would just like screw up the phone calls entirely. I just couldn't book anybody in long before I booked in, 4,000 plus smokers and other hypnotherapy clients per week. So if you are a hypnotherapist, a coach, you do NLP or anything of the sort where you're in the expert space or the how-to space, and like sort of like the picture sort of seems to suggest, climbing up that hill, there's a bit of a gap that maybe like whether you've found clients, but you found clients that are perhaps like not committed or won't book in, and like whatever you do to try to sell them, it's just not happening. I'm going to give you a tool and some stories about how to book in nearly 100% of all people, and then also where to find clients, because this is a thing that you could basically solve this week or by the end of this video so that you can then, focus on other things. So let's get straight into it. And again, thank you so much for watching. So if you want to attract up to 20 clients per week or whatever your number is, maybe you want to see 40, maybe like 2 or 3 is plenty for you, whatever the number is that is right for you. But how to make it easy, how to basically just book them in. If this has been a struggle, let's get straight into it. So don't do this or else they won't like it. Simple wins out every time. The whole point is simple. So let me tell you just a little bit about this week. So there I was feeling a little bit like, with the restrictions, with kind of not being able to go out. And then as they got lifted, thinking, I want to go out and re-explore the world again. So my brother and I, like we were walking around, we had the dog with us, and we wanted to go to a cafe where we could basically just eat outdoors more than 1.5 meters away or 6 feet away, whatever it is from people, and just sort of like have a good time for lunch. And it just sort of felt a little bit like nobody was open. Like we went to all these places that with the COVID, everybody's like wearing masks and it kind of looks like one of these post-apocalyptic sort of movies. And these places are like reopening again. It's like they're all open for dinner. Like none of them are open for lunch. And I'm going, what's going on? Like there's some cafes, but our real favorite ones, like the 2 or 3 that were on the top of our list, just sort of made us feel like, like we're still kind of like in this bubble, like where life has not resumed. We just wanted to go someplace for lunch. So getting a little bit hungry, where my technique was to stare through the window, waiting for them to open because I can sort of see somebody inside. And it's like midday, not knowing that they don't open until 5:30 p.m. I would have been staring there for a long time, and my brother's going, come on, the stomach, it's starting to rumble. We need to do something. I can't stand out here with the dog forever. We've got to do something. So there was a restaurant that I was looking through the window, and my brother's gone, well, see that phone number there? Try calling it. So I called them, and the phone call, basically, it was a bit of a disaster. It felt kind of like a lecture because I rang them and I just wanted to ask one thing. Are you open, or when do you open? And the phone call just went on and on. There was no space for me to kind of ask the question that I wanted to ask. I'm just like, you open for lunch or not? Come on. But it was just crazy because like I was just looking at my watch and I was just thinking like, well, when is this going to stop? It's like, I think that was new owners as well. And the lady's telling us everything about the restaurant. So she's gone like, it's a first day open again. We open at like 5:30, and if we get busier, we're gonna do like more days of the week, and then maybe like start opening for lunch at some point in the future, maybe in a month or 2 or something, depending on how the marketing go. I'm like, oh my god, and I was thinking it feels rude just to hang up, but I was about to just hang up because I'm like, what is wrong here? Like, I just want to ask, are you open for lunch or not? And she was just basically just doing my head in. It was just blah 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 blah. How hard is it just to answer? Are you open for lunch? Or you're not open for lunch? But I couldn't even really quite get my question out. So needless to say, I was not that impressed. And it kind of reminds me of like how I used to do this to people on the phone myself. And so I'm thinking like, well, if I don't like it when other people do it, when I first started hypnotherapy, and people would ring me up and they'd say, hey, is that place where you do the quit smoking hypnotherapy? I'd be like, yeah, this is me. This is Scott from Lawrence Hypnotherapy. Are you calling to inquire? Are you calling to ask questions? Which, what I didn't realize at the time is I was supposed to say, are you calling to make an appointment? Because that almost always works. But I started asking, are you calling to ask questions? And they go, well, yeah, I must be. because I've kind of suggested them into it unknowingly. And then they've gone like, well, how does it work? The whole hypnosis thing, because like, I've heard some things, I've heard, like it works for some, it doesn't work for others, that, that not everyone can be hypnotized. And so they're asking this, hypnosis is like something that I trained 2 years to learn. And over the phone, they're kind of asking me like, well, how does it work? So what I did is I told them everything that I learned in those 2 years. They were not impressed. So it was kind of like, again, just like with a restaurant, like the cafe, that I just wanted to know, like, are they open or not? These people, they did not want to know absolutely everything from me. They don't want the 2-year diploma. They just want to know, like, well, how does your program work? Like, I want to quit smoking. How does it work? If that makes sense. So if you're looking for clients and you find maybe like you can find some, but not enough, in this video, we're going to show you exactly how. And if you want to make sure they're committed, we're going to show you exactly how, because it's actually easy. So if you'd much rather prefer, like I would much prefer, to be just out living my best self, whatever that looks like, this video hopefully will save you a whole bunch of time, because if you can nail this, get clients, book them in, it means that like money shouldn't be an issue for you ever. It just shouldn't if you can do these steps, and it's quite easy. So this is going to be the simplest selling system that you've ever heard of. It's going to be simple. So like the whole way through of like that, asking this cafe, like this restaurant, are you open for lunch? I just wanted a simple answer. And you're going to see why your system needs to be simple to save you time and just to up the success rate by making it simple. So make results simple, leads and bookings. So instead of having like a complexity nightmare. So again, like when I was talking about like booking people in, and I'd say, they'd ask, how does hypnosis work? Instead of telling them about my program, I started saying, oh, there's the thing called the RAS, the reticular activating system, and blah, blah, blah. There's Milton Erickson, there's NLP, John Grindler, Richard Bandler. I just went blah, blah, blah through the entire history, talking to them about Sigmund Freud. I talked to them about like the different parts of the brain and what they did. And then the people would say to me like, oh, that's very interesting. Can I call you back? It's like I've just done their head in instead of making it simple. Or perhaps like, waiting by the phone, kind of going, well, maybe you can book people in, but nobody's calling. This is something that can be fixed in a very, very simple way as well. So like in the last couple of days, because I mainly do coaching now, like this morning, somebody just joined another program of mine. It's $2,500 and they did a deposit. That's brilliant. I'm basically doing like one every couple of days. But just from the hypnotherapy, because I have to make videos and do coaching for people, I don't have that much time left to do hypnotherapy. So with my very, very simple system, this whole kind of like complexity that people seem to make around the business, and then we just go, well, here's the straight line. The customer's actually trying to book in. They're trying to find you. They're trying to book in. There's demand. There is so much demand. You don't want to be the person who's making this complicated. So here's just like an FPOS receipt of just like from the last couple of days, just like 2 FPOS receipts. So this is from like a couple of days ago, 885, so like nearly $900. And this one, I only worked 1 hour that day and did $390. So that's on top of the coaching money and stuff that I do. And I'm not showing it to impress you by going like, oh, look at this, I have FPOS receipts. It's just, I just want to prove that there is demand out there. Like, who cares if I have money or not? But for you, we care if this is working for you. We care if like you're getting to live your best life and basically get to help as many people as possible. Cardiovascular disease, if you can fix that for people by getting people off cigarettes, carbs, alcohol, whatever it is that you do for people, or if you can help people with anxiety or depression, insomnia, or with love or with finance, whatever it is that you do, the demand is there. These people are coming. So let's get straight into booking them in. So on the left-hand side, there's what we call appointment program pause. So I'll just expand that a little bit. So here we go, appointments. When people ring you, no matter what happens, after you've introduced yourself, and I would say, hi, I'm Scott from Lawrence Hypnotherapy. And then they would talk. So I'd be like, yeah, hi, hey, this is Scott from Lawrence Hypnotherapy. How can I help you? They'd be like, yeah, isn't that the place that does the quit smoking thing? I always say, no matter what, I always say, yeah, are you calling to make an appointment? No matter what. So they could say, I'm calling to make an appointment. And then I can say, great, you're calling to make an appointment. Or they could say, I'm not calling to make an appointment. I'm just ringing around 50 different places to find the cheapest, best, whatever, who has the most testimonials. And be like, yeah, absolutely. Are you calling to make an appointment? I always say that. And then I tell them about the program, and then I pause for their turn to speak. And we call this appointment program pause. So just let me show you how this plays out. After the appointment, after you say, are you calling to make an appointment? They can either say yes or no. So it starts with, no matter what, are you calling to make an appointment? Let's say that they say yes. What would you say back to that? Where do you go from here? So you've got this whole spiel in your head about like hypnosis, coaching, Reiki, whatever it is that you do. It's so amazing, and I tell you about it. And then you've asked, are you calling to make an appointment? And they're like, yeah. You're like, but don't stress. Don't panic. If they say yes, just follow up with this question. Are you looking for a weekday or a weekend? Now, if you don't do weekends, don't worry, just don't ask this question. Just move on to the next one. But this is what I almost always do. So I go, are you calling to make an appointment? Yes. Okay, great. Are you looking for a weekday or a weekend? The momentum just keeps this going. And then say they go weekday. Great. Are you looking for a morning or an afternoon? So if you don't do weekends, just move on to this question. Great. Are you looking for a morning or an afternoon? Book them in. Get their details, their name, their phone number, their email address, and I also get their postal address, even though I email out the confirmation of appointments. Now, let's say that they say no. Now, this isn't a no, this is a yes, but. So there's only two things they can say when you ask, are you calling to make an appointment? So you remember, so there's the yes or the no, but it starts with, where is it? I'll find it. Here we go. Are you calling to make an appointment? It's either yes or it's yes, but. If that makes sense. So anything that's not a yes is a yes, but. How do you respond to a yes, but? It's really simple. Always say these 6 things. So the program is called, the name of your program. It comes with, plus you get standard result, price, and no-brainer inclusion. So for my quit smoking hypnotherapy program, just to talk you through it. So if they say like, if I ask, are you calling to make an appointment? And they go like, yeah, but, or no, I just want to know how it works. Don't say, okay, well, hypnosis is like complicated and deep and blah, blah, blah. Don't give them all of that. Just stick to these 6 steps. So you've said, are you calling to make an appointment? And they go like, no, first I just need some other information. So what we'll do is that we respond with, okay, yeah, so the program is called the Quit Smoking Hypnotherapy. It comes with the 2 sessions of hypnotherapy plus the 2-disc CD set. Almost everybody quits by the end of the first session. It's $395, and that comes with everything, including the lifetime guarantee, which basically means you get to come back free of charge for life. So at that point, almost 100% of people just go like, great, can I book in? And at that point, you go back to, yeah, so you're looking for a weekday or a weekend? Do you want a morning or afternoon, if that makes sense? And so you're going to do both sides. So if they say yes, you start with that binary tree. If you're looking for a weekday, weekend, morning or afternoon. If they say yes, but, you tell them about your program. And then whichever one you didn't do first, you do next. So are you calling to make an appointment? Yes. Great. Take the appointment details, then say, now the program is, and tell them about it. And then if you ask, are you calling to make an appointment? And they say, yeah, but first just tell me like, how does it work? You go, okay, so the program is, and you talk about the 6 steps. Okay, the program is blah, 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 blah. You say that. And then you go on to, like, they'll say, can I make an appointment? And you go, yeah, were you looking for a weekday, weekend, morning, afternoon? Take the details, name, email address, phone number. And it is kind of just like that easy. It's really that easy. You just don't want to make it more complicated than that. So if you've got some objections to using this particular script style, usually what we found is because you haven't used it yet. Because you might be going like, well, what if they just genuinely are just ringing around for like asking a question? It's like, okay, well, they might be. But if you go in imagining that they've actually just called you because they want to make an appointment, you'll just book them in. Because they didn't call because they're just interested. They called because they actually want to quit smoking or lose weight or whatever it is that you help them with. They've called because they want your service. You just need to prove with the momentum. But no matter what happens, you always end up by giving them an email. So what do you send to them in an email? So I just want to take you through this, the email and the text reminder. My text reminder, I just send people something the next day that says, sorry, I send people something the day before their appointment that says, "Hi, this is Scott from Lawrence Hypnotherapy. Just your friendly reminder about your appointment tomorrow." And then usually people like reply with like either "Great, looking forward to it," or "What time was it again?" which is common. It's just a really good thing to do. Now, this is what the email looks like. The subject line, I put Lawrence Hypnotherapy. I send them the questionnaire, and I write, "Hi," and then their name. "Please find attached your confirmation and your client questionnaire." That's it. "Regards, Scott Lawrence, clinical hypnotherapist, Lawrence Hypnotherapy." Address, then I do, phone number, and then I also do email address. But it's pretty easy. And then this is what the confirmation of appointment looks like. So basically, you'd put in your own logo. If you message me, I can send you a template for this that you can adapt for yourself. So name, address, suburb, and this is kind of it. It just sort of says a little bit about the program, the date, the time, and then I tell them a little bit more about how it works, how to pay me if they don't have EFTPOS, and a map. And that's kind of about it. And then the questionnaire, the first page takes the details. The next page basically asks why they're here. I take a little bit of a medical history, and then I ask them how they heard about me. And that's it. I send that to them. If you're looking for leads, let me just show you. So the Facebook leads, free leads or 20 clients per week. This is so easy. Like, this is the first ad that got me $5,000 a week from hypnotherapy. And then I just got so excited that I want to teach it. It's because like it's simple. It's got that thing that stops you from scrolling because it has the harsh contrast between the black and the white. It's not all grayed out. There's a huge contrast between the black on the right and the white on the left. It passes the 20% text rule that Facebook wants from you because the text is blurred out on the left. I've done that purposely so Facebook will allow the ad. Danger poison. And the first time I put this out, I got something like 2,000 free shares. I mean, like people hit the share button and shared this around. Another one that got 17,000 views. And the book now button takes them to my webpage. It says, "Man quit smoking after crying over a photo of grandchildren." So I just like from my office filmed myself and people just book in. And who's in Melbourne and wants to quit smoking today? Type "I'm in" for the link. It's ridiculous. 48 people basically typing "I'm in" for the link. It's crazy. And then I get them on the phone. Another one where I gave an ebook away. "How to quit smoking fast without cravings or withdrawals. Type "I'm in" to download the free ebook. 65 comments. And so this is so ridiculously easy. You put things out and just make sure that it's really super clear. And then you can email people with your program offer. Because as soon as people like are a hot lead, as soon as they kind of want to book in with you, you can just do that phone script. So once people, like you can email them like your landing page, like what we call the HOC. So the HOC is the hook, offer, and call to action. Anytime somebody clicks on one of our ads, so I'll just show you like again. So if I've typed "who's in Melbourne and wants to quit smoking today," type in for the link. The link I give them is my webpage, which I'll show you again in a second. When people click on that one, the link I give them is my webpage. When people click on that one, the link I give them is the same one. So for 10 years, I've been using this same landing page, and it's always done on average over $2,000 a week over the year. So this is what it looks like. That's my landing page. I've used it for 10 years. It's been working great. Here's a more zoomed in version. So what's your excuse? Quit smoking. We provide you with a lifetime of free follow-up sessions. We understand that smoking can be a very expensive habit. That is why we have developed this 2-session program to assist you in quitting cigarettes. There is more than one addiction to smoking. There are 6, blah, blah, blah. And so then on the right-hand side, you're halfway there. Name, phone, email, and how long have you smoked for? People just usually delete the numbers that aren't appropriate for them. They click here. And then I get the phone number, then I call them, then I go through that phone script. I ring them and say, "Hi, this is Scott from Lawrence Hypnotherapy. We got your email that said you wanted to make an appointment to quit smoking." And then they can say either yes or yes, but. They'll say like, "Yes, I want to book in." Okay, weekday, weekend, morning, afternoon. But if they say, "No, I was just, messaging everybody to find out who's the best, cheapest, whatever." Like, yeah, so you just want to know about the program. The program is the 2 sessions of hypnotherapy plus the 2-disc CD set. Almost everybody quits by the end of the first session. It's $395 and it covers everything, including the lifetime guarantee, which basically means you get to come back free of charge for life. Then they go, "Great, I'm going to book in." Like, "Great, okay, weekday, weekend, morning, afternoon." and you just book them in. You can book in 20 a week, easy. If it's 2 sessions, you only need 10 people. And that's it. So I want you to ask me questions. Hopefully that stops you from falling down the little gap. So basically, money should be easy, booking should be easy. I also have training videos on how to get people off cigarettes and how to help them with weight loss. Message me and I can give you those. In the meantime, something I really want you to see. What just build a 6-figure automated funnel with a life case study? Because here's Michelle, and this is kind of interesting. She volunteered to be a part of this video series. There's a 4-part video series coming out. The first one is available if you click the button down below. This one called How to Get 50 New Leads Using Landing Pages, case study with Michelle. The 4-part video series is the 6-figure funnel, fully automated start to finish, built before your eyes. You will see every conversation between us. Nothing happens off camera. Building a 6-figure funnel that's automated. It is just awesome. So watch it, then build your own. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.